how to lead a team as a Scrum Master after a layoff. Whether you've been laid off and just getting back into the game, or your team has gone through it, you are not just stepping in a role, you're stepping in a healing process. I have been through it. In 2021, I experienced layoff for my first time, and it was so shocking to me. It was so traumatizing. It seemed like a bad dream that I was going to wake up from it. And I did woke up from it. So if this is your first time here, please stay tuned and let's go through this together. For those who don't know me, my name is Fomafung, your favorite business agility, AI, and career coach. Turn on that subscription button and a notification bell to stay up to date with our weekly content. Thank you so much. Now let's go straight into the topic, and please don't forget to like and share. Now, how do you lead a team as an experienced or a new Scrum Master immediately or during a layoff? Now, one thing that you'll notice during this period is that the morale will be so low. The pressure is very high. People don't trust the organization anymore. And now, immediately, your immediate team members, all eyes are on you. All the eyes of your team members are on you during this time. Now, the very first thing is, do not pretend like nothing happened. You want to first acknowledge it and acknowledge that it is a traumatic experience and so many emotions will definitely be happening. So take that into account and feel free to talk about it. So at this point, people are questioning the company. They are questioning leadership. And they may even be questioning you. And you know, most of the time as a Scrum Master, you take all the bullets. So it's very important that you normalize it at this point. That's what I did. When I, got back into the game and I was leading the team, the organization just went through layoff, and they brought me in as one of the first Agile coaches supporting these teams. They didn't trust the organization. I conducted a quick survey and I realized that they didn't trust the organization anymore, because most people had this question at the back of their mind. Is it going to be my turn? The next batch, am I going to be among? They didn't trust leadership anymore, and they didn't trust me either. So it's extremely important that, you're normalizing this. Talk about it openly. Acknowledge the fact that emotions are raw at this point. Do not try to sugarcoat it. Remember, you are not just facilitating meetings. You are facilitating human emotions. That's what you're doing. So self-management, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, empathy is extremely critical at this point. I would say something like, I know we are coming out of a very tough season, so I'm here to support through all the thick and thin. I'm here with you. I am your partner. We are in this together and we will get through it. Saying that simple statement alone can build a sense of trust. That is a technique I used, and I realized that it really helped my team members start to trust me again. Now, the second thing you want to do right after a layoff and you supporting this team is you want to reset the foundation. And how do you reset the foundation? I leverage my team charter. For those who know me, you know that I'm very big with leveraging team charter as a tool to setting clear expectation. So we revisited the foundation and we reestablished our expectation. So for example, we revisited our working agreement, we redefined our working agreement. We also acknowledged, because of the instability of the environment and specifically the team, our ability to get to the phases of team formation has definitely been upset. So we had to restart to build through the stages of team formation. That is, I like to leverage the Tuckman model of team formation. So we revisited it and we acknowledged that because of what has happened, we have definitely gone back to the forming phase and we started rebuilding from there. But before we did that, I already educated my team to understand the different phases of team formation identifying the phase that we're at, and then come up with a plan on how we want to consistently build on the other phases to finally get to high performing. So yeah, and then another thing that I ensured that we did is we also redefined our definition of done. We also redefined, revisited and redefined the vision here. We redefined what success looks like. We redefined the skills. So we conducted skill mapping, identifying the skills that we had and the skills that were missing for us to be able to achieve valuable, usable, and releasable increments every sprint. We clearly talked about that, and the things that were missing, we escalated that. So yes, those are just some of the examples of the things that we did, some of the action items that we did in order to reset the foundation. So that was the second thing I did. Now, the third thing that I did, I conducted an assessment, and one of the most important questions on that assessment that I thought was very helpful, I asked the team member, what is that one thing that you would like me to do that will help you do your best work? Just that question alone helped me start reconnecting with my team from a relationship standpoint individually. You see, they were able to point out that one thing that they wished for that will help them be their best and do their best work. And just because I'm not a talk and not do person, I'm a talk and do person, I followed through everything that they listed. The ones that were realistic and achievable, I ensured that they got it. And then the ones that were not realistic and not achievable, I ensured that we talked about it, and I pointed out, we discussed and agreed on why it wasn't achievable, and we looked for a better path forward together. So that was another thing that I did. And then another thing that I did that was very helpful, you can never go wrong with over communication. So I over communicated with everybody, especially leadership. I ensured that we were in sync with what leadership considered as very important. For example, we set clear expectation on measurable metrics. How can leadership see the progress that we are making as a team? So before we could even go about showing any progress, I had reached out to leadership, and we established what it's important for them, what they would like to see from a metric standpoint. And I helped my team set those metrics so that leadership can have visibility into that. And then another thing was transparency. I ensured that there was full transparency around what is going on with our teams, their challenges, their wins, their impediments, all those kind of things. I ensure that we were aligned with leadership on that, so that they could really feel our struggle on day-to-day basis. I mean, they can walk in our shoes, and that way their expectation of us should be realistic. And most especially based on new team's capacity. Since a layoff has just happened, emotions are raw, motivation is down, I ensure that leadership had insight on our new team's capacity, so that they can set realistic goals around us. Their expectations for us should be realistic. So I ensure, and how did I do that? Instead of just talking about capacity, in the passive, I ensure that we're actually capturing our capacity somewhere in a capacity tracker or a capacity planner. If you want an example of what a capacity planner looks like, visit our website, beingagileconsulting.com. Just look up capacity planner. You would see it there. You can leverage that on our website. It's very, very cheap. You would get an actual capacity planner there that you can use with your teams. And there's a training associated with it that gives you a step-by-step walkthrough on how to use that capacity in a layman language that even little babies should be able to understand it. So visit our website to get a copy of our capacity planner. Yeah, so I use that information, partnering with my team, to ensure that leadership has visibility into our new capacity. And with that, we're able to identify a new average, what we are capable of delivering every sprint, which is what we call velocity. And then as a result of that, we were able to build a new predictability around that. Now, the other thing that I did that was also helpful, I reignited the team's motivation and individual motivation. To me, this is where the magic happens. This is where you shine as a Scrum Master. So I connected with my team members one-on-one to truly understand what motivates them, what makes them tick. Again, acknowledging our reality, based on that, I ensure that we were aligned. I understood what motivation is for them, and I ensure that I'm taking steps to always bring these things to them. And from a team perspective, leveraging retrospectives, identifying what motivates our team, and examples of the things that I did to boost their motivation was recognition. People like to be recognized. The little effort they put in that is adding any kind of value, I ensure that I don't waste, I don't overlook it. I ensure that I stay on it and I recognize them for it, especially when they're expressing any of the Scrum values of openness, courage, focus, commitment, and respect. I am recognizing them for it openly. And not just that, I'm going to our organization's recognition site or tool, and I am giving them an open recognition, tagging their managers to it. That is just everything to them. You see, that alone also will contribute to their promotions when it's time for promotion. So I did that, and as a result of that, over time, my team's motivation was really high, and we were able to still deliver high quality results to our customer, regardless of the layoff situation that is going on. The other thing that I did was also ensuring that I'm prioritizing my own healing. Layoff is tough. It takes a toll on your mental health. I would like to be as transparent here as possible. Me, Karen Fomafung, your business agility and AI specialist, was laid off in 2021. Karen Fomafung that has a huge community of people looking up to her as a beacon of hope. And then me coming out to say I was laid off. What do you think will happen to people? That will be so discouraging to people, and then people may be like, the few people that I confided in, I saw how demotivated they were, and they were like, if Karen can be laid off, then I don't think I have any chance at all. That's what most people would say. So as a result of that, I'm a very open person. I like to share my wins. I like to share how I go about things, as well as I like to share my challenges. Now, just knowing that sharing this information, since people look up to me so much, would definitely discourage people, no matter how hard I try to coin the information to serve as a motivation. People still got demotivated. So how do I take care of my own self, just knowing how much I am not the only one impacted here. So many people, thousands of people looking up to me in this huge community definitely will be impacted because of what has happened to me. So that alone was traumatizing to me. So I had to prioritize my own mental health, take care of myself. And what are some of the things that I did? I looked for a mentor. I reached out to my own mentor just as a source of encouragement. I looked for other things that would keep me not idle. Other things that I loved to do, like connecting with my family more. Doing the things that I love to do with my family more. I even traveled. I traveled at that time. And then I went back to my idea journal. I looked through it. I picked 1-2 key ideas that have been sitting on the shelf for a long time, but I'm just not working on it. I decided to put my energy into that, which is why I have evidence today to talk about this. If you go on our website, beingagileconsulting.com, you would see that it's a whole different ball game there. We have created micro learning courses, which you do not only have to come to our 2 months mentorship program or one-on-one sessions or 1 month mentorship program. Depend if you are interested in learning only about a specific topic. Now you are no longer forced to learn all the topics through our 2 month, 3 months mentorship program. You can just go on our site and identify exactly what you're looking to learn. Let's say if you're looking to learn only about OKRs, practically, you just go on our site and get that information from there. If you're looking to learn only about how to help a team build your team charter, kick off a team, we have a step-by-step guide that you just go get only that material alone, and you are able to help your team practically implement that. If you're looking to help your team through relative story points and estimation technique, you can just go on our site and you get that information there, and you will be able to consume it very easily right away. So during my layoff time, that was what I birthed. I was able to deliver that, and that has been magical. And since then, we've kept adding to it. And not just that, I was also able to take a program, refine my skill set, still in business agility, but in another niche that so many people are not aware of, which is what I call the blue ocean. Business agility for small and medium-sized businesses. That way, you don't have to wait for people to employ you, for these big corporations to employ you. You can employ yourself, because this niche is so big and people are not aware of it. If you're interested in learning how to redirect your skill set as a Scrum Master, as an Agile Coach, any Agile practitioner towards this new niche, small and medium-sized businesses, I can show you how to do it, and you start making at least $200,000 per year. Okay, so contact me and I'll be more than happy to show you how to go about it. You can send us an email or give us a call, and I'll be more than happy to do that. So those are some of the steps that I took, and I didn't really feel the heat that came with layoff. So that will be it. I hope this video was helpful. If you find it helpful, give a thumbs up, share to keep others motivated. And the one thing that I'd like you to take out of this video at the end of the day is, if you've been laid off, sitting in a depressed corner in your room would not help you. One action item: go and assess yourself, identify that one skill that you think you already have some idea on that you can monetize. Go and pay someone that is already doing it and thriving in it, and learn it very, very well, and you'll be able to monetize it. If you need help on how to monetize your skills, that's also what we do. I can help you achieve that. Again, for those who don't know, we offer Scrum Master, Agile Coaches, mentorship training, certification training, hands-on practical mentorship programs through our level 1, level 2, level 3, and our one-on-one programs. If you're interested in transitioning into this space as an Agile practitioner, whether a Scrum Master, Agile Coach, project manager, product owner, safe Scrum Master, we can help you achieve that. That's what we are known for. That's what Karen Fomafung is known for, with all humility. So reach out to us. I'll be more than happy to help you achieve that. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in our next video. Bye bye.